I'm like, okay, says we're live.
Hi, everybody. It is Joshelle Anderson. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am your host. I am the owner of Just a Little Business, LLC, where we provide business consulting, leadership coaching. We provide LLC setup, business plans, and professional resumes and more. Check us out if you need any of those items in your business. Tonight, we have a very special guest, one that I've been waiting to interview, Miss Teresa Dennis. She is the owner and of Khakuun Designs. She's an entrepreneur. She's done so much. I can't wait for you to hear her story and to understand her journey because it's truly amazing. Welcome, Teresa.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So let's get in this thing. Teresa and I grew up together. We went to school together. She's always been an amazing, sweet person. I was looking at your timeline on your Facebook. You have come a long way.
Oh my God.
In our previous conversation, like I told you, you took a hard right and did something different. I was like, oh, wow. Tell us about the journey.
So I started out as just working at JCPenney's as a hairstylist. And so this one day I was working and I was on my break. And a young lady was waiting for her client that was in the shampoo room. And so we struck up a conversation and the conversation just kept going on. And what she said to me was, if there's something that you've always wanted to do and you haven't done it, then ask yourself why. Mm-hmm. But if there's something that's burning in your soul, burning in your spirit, then you need to do it before it's too late.
Okay.
That was on a Sunday at the salon. When I got off work, I went home and, I marinated on that thing. On Monday, I made my way to the MEP station in Shreveport to go and talk to somebody about joining the Air Force.
Okay.
And so on that journey, on my Air Force journey, the one thing that I've always wanted to do was to come back and own my own salon.
Okay.
Owning a salon with a boutique. But I said, I don't want to stand behind the chair no more. I want to own it.
That's right.
Something different. And so I used to write it down, write it in a book and do all those things. And so I kept looking forward to it. And throughout my military career, I always kept my book in my journal and I would look back. So the time came for me in 2012 to retire. And I went to work for the Department of Veteran Affairs. And while at work every day, or most days, just in case my old boss is listening, I used to log into the Small Business Association. They would have daily briefings and training sessions that you can just kind of tune into. Girl, that's what I was doing on my break. So I had to just tell my boss, I really think I need to, like you said, make a hard right. Mm-hmm. It's time for me to exit this and go do my thing. And so I emptied my bank account. I went with what I knew. Mm-hmm. I went with some of the training that I've had on becoming an MBA graduate. And I said, I'm going to do it. And that's what I did. Okay. I opened the doors to a boutique called Butterflies, a unique boutique. I had some issues with that. Just real quick, I had some issues with that. We had some water issues in the building. And so what I had to do was I had to leave the building and bring my business online. And so I've been online now since 2014 and I'm loving it.
Hey, less success, more revenue, and less overhead.
Yes.
So tell us about Khakuun Design. How do we get to there?
So Khakuun is all about the butterfly. Mm-hmm. Take your focus off the cocoon and just think about the butterfly itself. And so as my military journey was continuing on back in 96 and 97, my son and I were trying to figure out a name for this business when this business came about. And one afternoon, it was like a shot of lightning hit me and the word cocoon came to me. And it came to me because the journey that I had been through, a wife with, at the time, who had made the transition due to whatever is taking place in your life, hey, it ain't working. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working. You go your way, let me go mine. And then you begin to figure life out. And so that cocoon came about because throughout this life journey, it is the people that we meet along the way that help us through our pathway, that help us through our journey. But you got to find those people who are willing to share it with you, because not everybody is willing to share a portion of their journey so that you can get to your next destination. And so that cocoon came about. And I have a slogan that I use. It's called Butterflies in Motion, Touching Lives, Making Changes. So that's what we do along this thing we call life's journey.
Now, one thing I notice about your business, and I'm a person that I pay attention to detail.
All right.
From the time I ordered to the time I got my email to I got my package in, I was like, wow. It made me want to go back and see what else you had, because I felt like I had great customer service from the beginning to the end. It was timely. It made my house smell good. It made my skin smell good. And so I felt good. And
yes.
I felt your product, like I was like, oh wow, now this is what I feel like when I'm stressed out. I'm gonna put a little of this on. Woo.
Yes.
So I can tell you, I truly appreciate feeling like I had just a little bit of part of your business, and I felt your message from your website. It all tied into me. And I think great business, great marketing, and the way you market your products, it all worked well. So I commend you for that. I was definitely surprised.
Thank you.
I try my best. For those of us that work hard and do a great job, I try my best to tell everybody about it. And I think if you're out there today, listen to it live. We're going to show her website shortly. You all need to go to it. So, question, from going from brick and mortar to online, what did you feel was the most major difference other than expense? What was the major difference for you?
I'm a people person, so I love that human connection, interaction. But the biggest difference, like you said it was the overhead. It was making that transition to, I need you to see me online. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much traffic. There's so many other businesses, millions, billions of businesses are online. So I need to like raise my hand, draw up a flag, send up smoke signals. Hey, I need y'all to see me online, which is completely different than when you've got a storefront and you can just ask people to come to your front door. You know what I'm saying? You can just invite them over and invite them in. So for me, I had two of them. Number one was that no personal interaction. And number two, which is the biggest out of my pocket, was no overhead expense.
Right. That's game changing.
Absolutely. And most liberating was having my freedom. Freedom to, I ain't got to be in the store. I don't have to open the doors at 7, 8, 9, or 10.
Right.
I'm online.
Your business run 24/7.
Yes, you can just hit the button anytime. Hit the button. If you send me a message, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But hey, you can shop 24/7 right here. You don't have to go anyplace else. But if you want to see me, hey, just look at my face. There I go. So I love the fact of having the freedom. But outside of it, I definitely miss the one-on-one connection and the interaction with my customers. That's right.
So we have two comments. Your longtime friend, Carolyn, says, I love it too.
Hi, Carolyn.
And Yolanda Jones says, keep up the great work.
Thank you, Yolanda.
So tell us about your product. Show us your product. And when you're ready, you can tell me to point to the website and I'll do that. Turn it over to you.
So I pulled up a few things for you. I'm going to take this necklace here off the stand because, and I want to bring it a little closer. This is not something that you will find at, your basic stores, but I take time with my products to, I don't know if you can see which way should I go here. There it goes.
There you go.
Not only is it handcrafted, but it's hand knotted in between each stone. So every time you order something from Khakuun Designs, it is so personal because I actually touch, examine, and manifest every single item that you get. Most times my gemstones lay out in the sun to harvest the day's energy.
Okay.
And that just kind of feels really good when you put it on too. So when you wear gemstone jewelry, it actually begins to be your own body temperature.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's a fun fact.
Yes, that's a fun fact. I also make my own soaps.
Mhm. I saw the videos. I'm like, how does she do that? What is it that you don't have to tell me what you sprinkling something on the top before I guess you let it set?
Oh, yes. So this one right here has go this way. This
Yeah.
one has lavender on top,
Hmm.
right? And then oftentimes after I've made a batch of soap, I spray over a little alcohol. And that alcohol creates a barrier between the soap and the atmosphere so that I don't get so much soda ash. And the
Hmm.
ash is a little white. So I try not to have that on my soap. So I spray a little alcohol on it. I think that might be what you're talking about.
Okay.
Hmm.
Did you teach yourself to make soaps and oils and scents, or did you go to school for that?
I did. I taught myself to make the soaps, the bath and body products, all because my own skin sensitivities. So because of my skin is super sensitive to topical items. Having a conversation with my physician, it was like, Miss Dennis, you may want to try just all natural products. I'm thinking, that's not what I want. I like my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I like my perfumes. I like, all those products. So I had to move those things out of the way and come up with something that worked for me. And so I started making everything that you see to
Oh,
include the jewelry because I used to be one of those consultants from one of those companies selling jewelry from China
okay.
that turn your neck green. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing for me was to switch over to things that were all natural. That's why I only have gemstones and I use stainless steel. Because I have not met one client that's allergic to a fork because all forks are made out of stainless steel.
I'll use them to eat with.
Yeah, girl. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we have Carolyn says you got to try the bath soaps. I use them often.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I don't have one here with me. So Joshelle and the people out there watching. So my bath soaps is basically combined of the products that you would normally find in a bath bomb. But
Hmm.
because I have carpal tunnel syndrome, after pressing bombs for a while, that carpal tunnel syndrome began to act up. So I decided to put those contents into a container.
Okay.
Right, into a container. So that helped me twofold. Number one, it helped me because a lot of my clients were saying, "Hey, my bath bomb is so big, I can't even use it all during the bath. I have to take it out, wrap it up, and then use it again." I'm like, you know what? I got something for that. Why not just put it all into a container? Then you can use what you'd like to use.
So
Let's
you meet
make it easy
your
for you.
customers' need by innovating and changing your product a little bit.
Absolutely.
Customers'
So
need.
and it helped both them as well as me. Yes.
That's always
Mhm.
when the customer points out something, it's always best to change it a little bit so you can meet their need because then they'll return.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The number one thing that I try to do, and you mentioned it when you said you got your products very quickly. They were packaged nicely because I consider myself the customer in every product that I make and ship out. I put myself as the customer. It's like I don't want something that comes all wickety whack in a package.
Right.
I don't want something that has no personal effect to it. So generally, when you shop small, that
Hmm.
is the type of and quality of product that you get. It may come with a little note. It may come with a little extra. You know what I'm saying? It may come with a little cute little wrapping. That's what you get when you shop small. But definitely, you get that when you shop with Khakuun.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. So let's switch over to your website and you can talk
Okay.
about your products and let's see. Oh, sorry about that. We'll go over here to the product. Here.
Okay.
All right.
Oh wow. What you see there is resin. So I do some resin art. Those who do know me, I think a lot of people watching tonight, you and I have probably went to school with. So you guys know that I'm an artsy chick, if you will. So this is resin art. And I take resin and design it. I also take resin and do things that are freehand. So it doesn't come in a mold. So I can do just about any shape and design in resin.
And so if I bought this, is it just decor for your home?
Yes, it is decor for your home. These what you're looking at are coasters for your wine glasses, your cups, and things like that. But some people do like resin art that they can hang or
Mhm.
they can display on a table.
Okay.
And those items are coming. You'll see those by the 1st of June.
Okay. So this one down the bottom right, is that Africa, the continent of Africa?
That is the continent of Africa. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I see the connection.
Yes.
Right. So we're gonna go over to your oils. Now, this is what I had, and I was like, oh my God, this feels so good.
The body butter.
Yes.
Those are whipped body butters with all natural butters and oils. I do use both fragrance oils and essential oils in my butters and oils, but I have a good time whipping it because, you know, any little bit left in the jar, I just put it on me as I'm making it. I love it. I love it.
So let's go over to home fragrances.
Soy candles. So I use soy instead of paraffin. You know, paraffin has a lot of toxins. And oftentimes what we don't realize is why our nose is running, why we have that black soot in the house is because of the paraffin wax. So I use soy wax. Soy wax you'll also find in your spas because they can use the soy wax for a massage, for body massage. And these scents that you see here, I kind of sit back and think of a name, but there's one in particular that I want to talk about. It's called Believe.
Believe?
Believe.
Okay.
Believe is the very first scent that I came up with. My best friend and I had went to Paisley Park because you all don't know this, but I'm a diehard Prince fan.
This one.
That one is Believe. Believe smells like lavender, black raspberry, and vanilla. And that scent hit my nose, and I just went on a testing spree to try to duplicate a scent that I had smelled, and it is called Believe. That has, oh my goodness, it just smells very, very good. It is my favorite.
Okay. All right.
It's my favorite.
And so the last section, this is a section here, your jewelry. How did you go from oil, scents, and candles to jewelry?
So once again, I'm that art person that loves to try, that loves to dibble and dabble, because I just have a wow streak in me to make, to literally make what I like. I can do everything except for sew. I can't sew, but but when it comes to jewelry making, this is something that we did as kids, something that I did in art classes, and just something that I just continued on. But I didn't realize how much more I enjoyed it until I started doing it for my own business.
Okay. So let's go here. The sets and singles. I think we were over there. Just do all. So what I also like about you, it isn't all for women. You have things for men as well.
Absolutely. I've got some men who have requested things for their beards. I've got a couple of classmates that are my clients and some military friends. They're like, hey, T, I need something for my beard. I'm like, yeah, you do need to control that. So, so we've come up, I've come up with some beard balm and some beard oil. And, I sit at back, Joshelle, and I do a lot of research to try to figure out these products. I ask my clients to help me. Oftentimes I'll send them batches of things and say, hey, can you try this for me? Let me know what you think. And so that's what I did with the men's product, is that I kind of got with a few of the gentlemen who have been friends and my military friends and say, hey, I need y'all to try this. Let me know what you think. Be honest about it. My feelings ain't gonna be hurt. And that's how I came up with this line just for the men.
And it seems to be reasonably priced. Seems like you're running a sale right now.
Yes. Once again, I treat myself as the customer. So I'm not going to charge you any more than what I would be willing to pay. And I don't care who made it. You know what I'm saying? I say that to say it doesn't, to me, just to me, I don't care who made that product. You still have to have a baseline for how much you would be willing to spend. And as a business owner, I believe that I have to also have my limits. It's like, I have to be comfortable with the price that I am putting on my products for the consumer to purchase. So I would not overcharge someone on something that I myself would not be willing to buy.
Right. Makes sense to me. So in our previous conversation, you talked about splitting your brand because you're branching out to sort it. how is that going to work if your customers are used to everything being under one wheelhouse?
I'm glad you asked me that. It has been such a beautiful journey thus far. Khakuun started with just jewelry, and throughout these last 7 years, I have grown to all these products that you see. Well, I still have customers that only come for jewelry. They're not coming for bath and body. They're not coming for candles, so, and vice versa. I have customers who are only coming to buy candles, they're not interested in the jewelry. So through some conversation and some research, I've made the decision to separate these two, to start a new, a new spin-off, if you will, from Khakuun. And for those of you who are watching, the new spinoff is called Botanical 318.
Okay.
And if you are from the Shreveport Bossier area, you know what that 318 means. And, and so I decided to do this. My own clients don't even know it yet. So y'all heard it here first. Don't tell nobody, just keep it to yourself. So yes, Botanical 318 will have the soy and the soaps, because we're getting ready to do something that even I didn't believe was possible. But it's time to grow. It's time to grow. And oftentimes small businesses stay small because they're a little bit afraid, not to do it, but they're afraid of the growth that comes with it, because it can be a lot. It can be overpowering. So it is important to just stand solid. The same things you were doing 10 years ago, keep doing them, but just doing them on a little bit bigger scale.
Right.
Just keep doing it.
But you also think that if you don't take that chance to grow, take that step to grow, you become stagnated. No customer
Absolutely.
Same thing. They want to see different. They want to see new products. Do you
That's
think
it.
taking that step, they harm themselves and business to become obsolete, that someone's going to go to another business that's offering a variety, that's doing different things?
That's doing different things. So with Botanical 318, what I would like to do in the very near future, in fact, it's already, the ball is rolling, is to bring everything that I'm making to you, so that you can walk into the doors and see it being made. There are no secrets in what I'm doing. These are everyday household items that you can put together to create something. And I want you to walk in the store and see us do it. You know what I'm saying? So there are no secrets. There are no secrets. There are no long names that you cannot pronounce. There's just regular old body butter, just regular old baking soda, just regular old things that we're putting together to create these products. It's more so hands-on. So I want to be able to bring Botanical 318 out, and that's what we're doing. And so far, on some of the videos that are on my personal page, some of you are beginning to see a little bit of me making and creating products throughout the day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I always see it on your either your Instagram or your Facebook, the post that you put up.
Yes.
So that's where I see it. And I'm watching like, man, that is amazing.
It really is amazing, Joshelle. I had no idea how simple it was until I started to do it for myself. It wasn't just, for business, but like I said, it's because of my own skin.
Right.
It's because of my own skin.
Right. And so I was looking over here. I guess I'm going to try to show this one.
Okay.
Let me see. So let me see if I can bring it up real quick.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
I'm having a private party.
Okay, you having a private thought? Let me bring it over here. Hold on 1 second. I'll share the screen. I should have had this ready.
I'm cutting soaps.
Yeah.
I'm cutting soaps.
So you were that show where you were working in your shop. I call it working in the lab. You were in the lab working it out.
Yes, I'm in the lab.
Show people that you truly do make your own products.
Yes, I really do make my own products. Everything from start to finish. To include the design, the labeling, everything you see online. I do every single thing concerning Khakuun Designs. Everything.
Right. It looks so good and smells so good. I think on one of your Instagram posts, I actually said, "What smell is that?" Okay. And Teresa, what I really admire about you is that you went out on a limb and you changed the game for you. You
Yes.
went through a process where, okay, beauty isn't working, but I'm gonna stay in it, but just in a different area of beauty. And
Yes.
I like that how you stuck with what you believed in. You just took a different
Yes.
track and changed it a little bit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I always knew that I enjoyed and loved being in the beauty industry.
Mhm.
Um, you know, once again, I had no desire to be standing behind the chair. My desire was to own it. And once I realized in the state of Virginia that I didn't have to have a license to own it, that's all I needed. But at the same time, I can still do a boutique because I wanted to do both of those things. So
Mhm.
I just took the road that was open to me at the time, which was the boutique option. And that's what I did. Um, I don't believe that I'll ever own a salon or a shop, but hey, I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I'm having a good time.
Now, how did you make it through COVID? Did you see a decrease in sales or increase in sales, or did it just stay about the same? How did you make it through COVID?
I saw an increase in sale, crazy enough. But you know what? There are so many factors that played its part because people were forced to be at home and therefore they're on the computer.
Right, right, right.
So, and there are such things, people out there that are called algorithms, and the algorithms will tell you when people are online the most. And
Okay.
so I just kind of checked those algorithms with Facebook and Instagram, and that was when I would plug in my post to hit
Mhm,
those people at those times. But I
mhm.
saw my sales go up completely um, from the months of May until
Mhm.
the end of 2020. My sales went up.
That's awesome. That is
Yes, my
awesome.
sales went up. Hmm.
That's awesome. So you chose the beauty, I'm going to call it beauty industry, fragrance. How do
Hmm.
you think, as a small business, compared to someone running out to Bath and Body? Do
Hmm.
you ever like I'm gonna be nosy and see what they're doing so I can beat this price or I can offer a new
Look,
fragrance?
y'all, I'm gonna keep it real. Hell yeah, I go over there because look, look, as because trust me, Bath and Body Works was going to Pier 1 and
Right,
vice versa because you have to know what your competition is doing
right.
at all times. So yes, I will go over there and see what they're doing. Yes, I will go over there and see what type of products they're offering. Heck yes.
I like that. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. So, what else do you want us to know about your business, your product? I can put this up. You can tell us where we can find your brand. I have this information. You can talk about how people can follow you, how they can purchase your jewelry.
Yes. So you can find me at these locations here in the very near future. And I will let all y'all know, just sign up for the newsletter so you can stay informed. I will definitely tell you that. Sign up for the newsletter so you can stay informed. But the one thing that I want to leave with those who aspire to own their own business as well, Jershelle, is to start from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you don't have nothing but two peas and a pot with half a handle. Start from where you are.
Right, right.
And you will be surprised at the support you get from people you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's like, the one thing that I did with this business and I started it, I had a couple of cheerleaders over there on the side,
Mm-hmm.
but the cheerleaders that I was looking for wasn't cheering.
Why was that?
I asked that very question. You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you cheering for me? And so these are people that are close to you. These are people that might be in your same household. These are people that you might look up to. Sometimes those people don't cheer for you like you expect them to.
Right.
And it's okay. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I have said in the past, and I'll say it again, I didn't go into business for my family, my friends to support me.
Mm-hmm.
I went into business for me.
Right.
If they support me along the way, I think that's great.
That's right.
But they don't, that's not why I'm in business. So the one thing that I would leave with those who aspire to start their own business is to start from where you are right now today. The sun, the moon, and the stars ain't gonna never line up the way you want them to.
Mm-hmm. It's
Just
always
get started.
There's always going to be something
It's
to.
always going to be something.
You got to have it within yourself to say, I want to do this. I'm going to do it. And I don't care what roadblocks come over, whether I have to jump that roadblock, go around it, or take a boat to go across it. I'm going to do it.
I'm
And
going to
so
do it.
you have that mindset, you can't do anything but go up. And I think where a lot of people get confused, and I share this with my daughter who's in business and my niece and my sister. The people you grow up with and family, if they do buy from you, that's great, but that ain't your customer. Your customer is the world. You
That's
have
it.
to advertise to the world. That's your customer. Stop being in the little pond and jump out in the ocean. Take a life jacket and go out to the ocean and sell to everybody.
Absolutely. And to know once you get started and you put yourself out there, people are watching that you have no idea is watching you. They're paying attention to your business ethics. They're paying attention to your product, to your packaging. They're paying attention to those things. I recall a few years ago, after Prince died, that I received an email from a lady. I'm like, who is this lady? I don't want to be talking to you like that. But I received a message. She asked me to give her a call. To come to find out, she was the agent for one of Prince's band members.
Oh, wow.
And she wanted to use a design that I had made in another bracelet for them. And so Khakuun Designs was able to go to Paisley Park for 3 years in a row.
Congratulations.
Khakuun Designs went to Paisley Park for 3 years in a row just because she saw a simple bracelet design that she wanted to put Prince's logo on with her client's logo on the other side. But in that journey, what they say, each one teach one.
That's right.
I went back and I pulled my friend who makes custom t-shirts and say, you coming too. So we went together. You know what I'm saying? We went together. And so in this business, that's what you do. You see an opening, you see a crack, you better get on in there and take it. And while you go and pull somebody else with you,
that's right.
That's on that same journey.
I think a lot, what I found in my journey is you have a lot of people who they don't want to share the information. They want to keep it close to them because they feel that you're going to take something from them. I think that when you share information, when you mentor somebody or share that information or collaborate with them.
Yes.
So the world is so big. You can make it, they can make it, and 100,000 more other people can make it in the same industry.
It's enough.
You just have to be able to do it. Stop holding information to yourself because the only person that's holding us down is us.
It's us. It's us. And we have to be willing to share and to bring you with me. I see you on this journey. I see you are out here doing those things that you need to do to make it to the next level. Hey, there's an opening for me. It's also an opening for you. Let's go.
That's right.
You pull them forward. And I think that is important to do. You know, and we're not all in the same place. You know, there are people who are just looking to take advantage. There are those who are just looking for that window of opportunity,
right,
to steal your ideas, which is important that we protect that type of information. But when it comes to growing and continuing your journey, you need to pull somebody else with you. You can't go by yourself. You got to take somebody with you.
That's right. And I always try to say, I know that it can be expensive, but find a cheaper way to do it. Maybe network make your business legit.
Absolutely.
Trademark your logo and your product so that others can't steal it from you.
That's it.
You just have to, sometimes you still on a hustle because it's always a hustle.
Yeah.
But you want to be on a legit hustle.
Legitimate, you know, and you are so correct. That's the one thing. I do get questions a lot from people about business and, how to get started. It's like, if you've got an idea, the first thing you need to do is protect it. You need to have it registered with your state, with your county, your parish. You need to register it. Let's do that because those are tax dollars that your city and your state could use coming from your small business if you're doing business. The next thing, when you get a little extra money in your pocket, you need to protect it. Right. That becomes your proprietary name, logo, design, or whatever. You need to protect it. But in your process of protecting it, there are some things that you can do. If you don't have the money for a trademark right away, then make sure you put TM right next to your logo. That shows intent. That means that you are intending to do it. So they take that information from the day you start using it so that when you file, you got to give them that information.
That's
So,
right.
so you just gotta research, research, research. You
Mm.
can't go into business if you don't know anything about business. So you need to research, research your avenue and your lane.
Yeah. You also need to find someone who's doing what you want to do, but more importantly, someone who's successful doing what you want to do, and see if
Yes.
that person is willing to share, train, and mentor you.
And mentor you. And you know what, Rochelle, a lot of times those who have become successful or they're on the route to be, a lot of times they don't mind sharing that data. They've either written a book about it, they've got it listed on Google, or what, it's out in the world for you to find it and read it. So, or you can just study them. You can study them. You can pay attention to what they're doing. So a lot of times when you see fly by night businesses or businesses that just kind of pop up, hey girl, my cousin is doing this. No, is your cousin legitimate? Are they a legitimate business?
Right.
Or is this just a side hustle? Because
Right.
I'm looking for a business owner,
Mhm.
not someone who's just out here trying to side hustle.
Right. All right. Give us your final thoughts about your website, where they can go purchase. Is it a sale? How long is your sale going to be on?
Okay, so the website Rochelle showed you is Khakuun, KHAKUUN.com. The sale will be on until the 24th of this month, until the 24th of April. But with Khakuun, there's always a sale. Things are always on sale. Things are always, the shelf is constantly moving. But you know what? Find something on that website to buy. I don't care if it's just one little small thing that costs $2, but you ain't gonna find $2. Find something to buy to lend your support. And it's not just with Khakuun. Find another small business in, locally where you are to support them. Support them, because this is how we eat. This is how we pay our bills. We don't have a second home. We ain't got, 4 and 5 cars outside. We've got one car, one house. We may be trying to put some kids through school, but just to eat. Find a way that you can support a small business. And Rochelle, before I go, I want to thank you for having me and for creating this platform for us small business folks to come out and talk about it. I appreciate you for that.
Well, thank you. I'm blessed to have you on. I'm blessed. I'm gonna do my part, is to showcase as many as I can.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. So that's all we have for tonight. Next week, we're going to interview Yawante James. He runs a UFC boot camp out of Fort Worth.
Wow.
And so we'll see you next Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Thank you, Teresa, and have a wonderful
day. Y'all have a good evening.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.